Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Barry and this is Centralize, and today we've got a review of the new fragrance from Naughton and Wilson, and it's Viveur. So today I'm reviewing Viveur by Naughton and Wilson. Anybody that's not sure who Naughton and Wilson are, they are the team that created Gravitas, and so the pair that created Naughton and Wilson are Dan Naughton, who is Mr. Smelly 1977 on YouTube, and Matt Wilson, who's a perfumer. So they've only previously released one fragrance before, and that was Gravitas. I'll put a link to my review of Gravitas. Really enjoyable fragrance, bit of a fougere with a modern twist, really enjoyable. And the perfumer that they used for Gravitas was John Stephen, a well-known perfumer. He's got some great fragrances out there, which I'll mention in Gravitas. Did a great job with Gravitas, and he's the nose behind Viveur as well. So basically Dan and Matt go to him with what they're looking for, what style of fragrance they want, and John Stephen goes down into his rabbit hole and designs the fragrance for them. So let's look at the presentation. As you can see, it's got a beautiful stripe within it. It's like a darker blue and a lighter blue, really like that. It's got silver lettering and it's got the Naughton and Wilson badge on it, which I think is quite stunning. It's got the details on the bottom, and it's a 100ml eau de parfum. So there's a few ingredients on the back. There's an NW in the top, nothing going on the bottom, and we got Viveur on the sides as well. So Viveur means a person who likes to go to parties and other social occasions and enjoys good food and wine. So you can see what sort of angle they're coming at from this fragrance. So it's a bit of a fingerprint magnet, but I've actually wiped it, so it should be okay. And as you can see, look at that. That looks absolutely stunning. I love the silver plaque with the blue writing and the blue badge. Really nice juice on it. Really solid plaque that is on the front. Not a lot going on the back and the sides, but you can tell the colour of the juice, which is really nice. And then in the top, you've got N and W for Naughton and Wilson in the badge. And also on the cap, you've got Naughton on the front and Wilson on the back, depending on which way you have it round. The cap got a fair bit of weight to it. It's metal, it's got a plastic insert, but really like the caps on these. As you can see, it's sort of already fingerprinting up after just touching it. So let's have a look at the atomizer. And as you can see, a pressurized atomizer, absolutely gorgeous. Just absolutely adore this fragrance. It smells so good. So price and availability. I picked this up for £90, but that was a pre-order. I think the pre-order is actually finished now. I got this about a week and a half ago when they first came out. So I got it at a really good price, £90, which is the same price that Gravitas is going for. But the normal price for this, I think, is £110, which isn't bad when you consider it's an eau de parfum and it's 100ml as well. There's a lot of niche stuff that's out there and independent stuff that costs a hell of a lot more for smaller bottles. And you can pick this up from naughtonandwilson.com. I'll leave it on the bottom of the screen and also in the description. So let's talk about the notes, and I'll show you a bit of the bottle at the same time. So in the top we've got lime, we got lemon, we got orange, we got mandarin, we got bay, basil and lemongrass. In the mid there's British gin, cloves, pepper, watermelon, and in the base we've got cedar, patchouli, oak moss and Haitian vetiver. I don't really know what the difference is between normal vetiver and Haitian vetiver, but it's a vetiver all the same. And I would class this as a chypre, where you've got a citrus top and on the base you've got oak moss. So that's what I would class as a chypre. So Originality, this is an original fragrance. There are certain points within the lifespan of this fragrance where it reminds me of other fragrances. Definitely not a copy of anything. If I would say the one thing that it reminds me of more than anything else, if you can imagine Terre de Hermes, but a lemon and lime version of Terre de Hermes, that's the sort of thing that it reminds me of the most. Although I've heard people mention Viking, I've heard people mention Eau Sauvage. I get the Viking comparison because of the clove note that's in there, and I get the Eau Sauvage mention as well because of the top notes of the lemon. I do think it goes on a different direction to both of those, and the one thing about this, which I'm going to move on to now, is it linear. You go on so many different journeys with this fragrance. I think I pick up different things nearly every time I wear it. It's amazing. I just absolutely love it. There are so many things that you pick up one time which you just didn't pick up before, and then if someone mentions something about the fragrance, and I get this a lot with other fragrances, someone mentions a certain note, you go looking for that note. Sometimes you find it, other times that's all you can smell afterwards. So, and it does do a bit of that with me, which I'll explain a bit later. So performance, projection, I was getting 2 hours plus, so decent performance on it. Longevity, I'd say 7 to 8 hours. There was a bit where it does change a bit. I think when your skin heats up, it tends to give you a lot more wafts, so I think it's going to be ideal for the summertime. I was mowing the lawn the other day, I thought that the fragrance had gone, suddenly I'm getting wafts of it as I'm doing the lawn, so that's the sort of thing you're going to get. I think in heat it's going to work really well, whether that be down the gym where your skin has warmed up, or whether it's out in the sunshine. Compliments, it's difficult to judge. I haven't really wore it outside to anywhere in particular. The wife enjoys it, which is always a bonus in my eyes. So who to wear it? I would say it's definitely a masculine scent, although some women could get away with wearing it. I would also say it's maybe for a bit of an older gent, someone who appreciates the finer things in life. I'm not saying that the youngsters do, but I think as you get older you tend to appreciate some of the finer things in life. So I would probably say 30 plus, but that's not saying some 18-year-old couldn't pick this up and really enjoy it, because I'm pretty sure they could. When to wear it? I would say springtime it would work, summertime definitely, and I think there's enough in the base of this for it to work in the autumn time as well. I think you could wear this casually, but I think it excels for a dressed up occasion, which is what Bon Viveur means, isn't it? Going to special occasions, going to parties, and I think this would be perfect in those occasions. So my overall thoughts. First of all, I would like to compliment the perfumer John Stephen for creating yet another original fragrance that fits the same mantra that what he did with Gravitas. It's classy, it's elegant, it's traditional, yet it's modern too, just like Gravitas. So what do I get from this? I think it opens up with quite a bit of citruses. It's dominated by the lemon and lime. I don't get the orange very much, but with a green feel, which is probably the lemongrass. There is definitely a spiciness to this fragrance. Originally, when I first tried it, I was getting an overload of cloves. I've spoke to a couple of people about it since. They don't get it as much as what I do. Now, I'm a clove lover, so to me that is not a problem at all, and maybe I went looking for it because I'd seen the note clove, but I absolutely love the note of cloves, and I do get that in this. When I first tried it, I got a lot more of it. Since then, I think it's died down a little bit and I can appreciate more of the stuff that's in there. But I think cloves can be quite polarizing. Some people love them, some people hate them. I think if you didn't like cloves, you would really need to try and sample this first before you try it. But I love them, so it's not a problem for me. And there's also a hint of pepper, which adds to the spiciness of this fragrance. So there is a real herby feel to it, which I think you get from the bay leaf and the basil. Someone mentioned a herby cola vibe to me, and oh my god, it is unbelievable. As soon as I mentioned it, smelling the fragrance, I was like blown away. I'm getting that cola vibe all the time now, and it smells like this, which is Fentiman's Curious Cola, which is botanically brewed cola drink with natural herbal extracts. So this is one of the original colas, 1905, and I love it. And this gives me that feel. I absolutely adore the cola note in it. There's a few other fragrances that I've got which I love the cola note. One of them being Enigma by Roche Dove, another being CK1 Shock, which I get a cola vibe from that as well, which I really enjoy. But this cola vibe in this is really nice. Now, I don't know how they've got this cola note from it, but I've been told that you can create like a Coca-Cola sort of vibe with vanilla, and there is a sweetness to this which I'll go into in a bit. Vanilla, cinnamon, which is not listed, orange, lime, and then I think the bay leaf might come into it, but I'm not 100% sure of that. So whether those things mix together, whether there's a note of cinnamon in there, whether there's a note of vanilla and it's just not listed, which is giving it that cola vibe, maybe. But since I was told about this cola vibe and I smelt it, I just can't get it out of my head now. I absolutely love this cola vibe. And with this cola vibe, I'm also getting a bay rum feel as well, which I love the old school bay rum fragrances. I've got a few of them and I love that vibe. It's not completely down that way, but it just has hints of it in there, which I really enjoy too. There's a clean fizzy gin, which really gives it a sparkly feel. Now imagine Gordon's Sicilian lemon in there, and I've also got a Gordon's Mediterranean orange. So you get the fizziness from this, and it does feel as if there's like a tonic in there as well, which gives it like a clean fizziness. Really enjoyable. When you're mixing all this together, it's just absolutely fab. So in the opening as well, you've also got like a creamy sweetness. Now I don't know where the creaminess is coming from, and I think the sweetness might be coming from a bit of vanilla or labdanum, something like that, which is creating it. I don't really know, but there is definitely a creamy sweetness which puts all those citruses together, which is really enjoyable. It's got a slightly earthy base with a mix of patchouli, oak moss, and what I would describe as like a watery vetiver. I'm not sure if that's the watermelon which is combined with the vetiver which is doing that. I don't know, but I can't really smell watermelon on its own, so it does have like a watery sort of cucumbery base, doesn't it? But that's what I'm getting from this. That's like a watery vetiver. A combo of these give a very smooth and elegant feel. I also get a bit of a grassy feel in the last couple of hours, which I really enjoy as well. I like a green feel in a fragrance. So with the citruses and then the greenness as well, and then all that cola and the gin, just absolutely love it. and it makes it the sort of fragrance that you're not going to smell anywhere else. That's what I like about this fragrance more than anything. It's unique. So to sum it up, another superb edition by Naughton and Wilson. Just like Gravitas, which I loved, it has a traditional feel that has been modernised, which I really enjoy about it. And it's the sort of thing that you're going to expect to smell in a boardroom or even a classy wine bar. It really is that good. So, is Bon Viveur a hit or a miss for me? You've probably guessed, but it's a massive hit for me. And I can't wait for their third offering, whatever that may be. He's now got a Fougere and he's got a Chypre. So it should be interesting how he goes for his third one. I know he's talked about this, Dan has, on his YouTube channel, and it's a bit difficult to know which direction to go in next. I was expecting, when I saw the labels on this originally, with like the blue and the silver, I was expecting it to be a bit sporty, but it definitely hasn't gone down that road. I think that might be the only way he can go next, to where it, as in he's not moving too far away from the genres that people associate him with. But yeah, it's an absolute massive hit for me. Is it worth the money? It's subjective. I think £1 to one person is worth a lot, £1 to somebody else isn't worth a lot. But I think the dedication and the work that's gone into this by the perfumer, by Dan and by Matt, I had no hesitation in forking out my money to buy this. It's absolutely gorgeous. So that's it from me. Have you smelled Bon Viveur by Naughton and Wilson? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It always helps the channel. And I'll speak to you all soon. Stay fragrant, not vagrant.